It is fitting that we should remember before God all those who have laid down their lives for us and our country and for liberty of mankind. Anzac Day commemorates the landing of Australian and New Zealand forces on the beaches at Gallipoli on the 25th of April 1915. It really is Australia's national day, and we gather each year to remember not only the original Anzacs, but all those who fought in the Great War, in World War II, Korea, Malaysia and Vietnam.
Well, I remember that terrible day when our blood stained the sand and the water.
This is the 53rd year that veterans have marched at Ashgrove, and this video is a bicentennial gesture by the Ashgrove RSL Club for all those who fought and died, and the many who returned.
He'd primed himself well, showered us with bullets and rained us with shell, and in 10 minutes flat, well, he'd blown us to hell. Nearly blew us back home to Australia, and the band played Waltzing Matilda as we stopped to bury the slain. We buried ours and the Turks buried theirs, and we started all over again. Those that were left, we tried to survive in that mad world of blood, death and fire. For 10 weary weeks, I kept myself alive.
More than 40 veterans gathered to march. Tom Lamb is 93. He saw service at Gallipoli and in France before leg wounds put him into hospital for 5 months. He's one of the club's few living Anzacs, and he still has his original Anzac badge.
And you listen, did you listen to it? Okay, so they can very good.
Shortest to the right, shortest to the left. Go on, move it up.
Number 2 Transport Squadron provided the Guard of Honour and were joined by guides, brownies and scouts from Ashgrove, Oakley, St John's Wood, Newmarket and Baden.
You had the opportunity to be on
Hand, up hand, hun!
The parade was led for the 6th consecutive year by Roy Metcalfe, a veteran of the British Army in India and Burma. Behind him, Colonel Jim Crowley, with the front row Alan Sherlock, State Member of Parliament, and Colin Keane, President of Ashgrove RSL. The parade marched to Stewart Place for the commemorative service, held here since 1953.
And devotion to the throne and person of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II and to the British Commonwealth of Nations. This meeting reaffirms its admiration of the magnificent heroism, self-sacrifice and endurance of the sailors, soldiers, airmen and nursing sisters of Australia and New Zealand who, on the first Anzac Day and throughout the Great War of 1914-18, conferred a glory on Australia and New Zealand that will never fade. Avers that the lofty ideals of service of the Anzacs pervaded the dauntless spirit of Australia's gallant sons and daughters who, during a period of 6 years of fierce and intensive warfare on land, on sea and in the air, from 1939 to 1945, and who in later years in Korea, Malaya and Vietnam gave such heroic and self-sacrificing service in the cause of liberty. Voices its heartfelt sympathy with the relatives of those who paid during the war the supreme sacrifice and with those who have suffered on behalf of the Empire. This meeting gives its assurance that those who have fallen shall be held in sacred memory, and those who have survived the perils of war will ever be honoured and remembered with gratitude by the people whose hearths and homes they went forth to save, so that our freedom and our free institutions under the British Commonwealth of Nations might survive.
Piper Simon Brown played the lament, while wreaths and flowers were placed on the memorial.
Let us call to remembrance, in silence, those who forsook all to answer the call to serve. Sailors, soldiers and airmen went forth and returned no more. The ministers of health and healing, the chaplains, doctors and nurses saved others but not themselves. The men and women who have gone from this district, those whose names are written deep into our hearts, who are more than conquerors, through him who loved and gave himself for us.
Among those in the audience was Helena Scott. She's been attending the Anzac Day ceremony at Ashgrove since 1958 in memory of her brother, who was one of the original Rats of Tobruk. The 1st Division Royal Australian Artillery Band, led by conductor Sergeant Viv Fryer, played Nightfall in Camp, a combination of the evening hymn and the traditional last post.
Shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them, lest we forget.
A second short memorial service was held at the Ashgrove RSL Club, with wreaths laid by RSL President Colin Keane and by Services Club President Gordon Pass. Eric Fanning laid a wreath for the Women's Auxiliary.